This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. I'm joined by Mams Taylor today before Andrew Tate and Chase DeMoor live on Rumble Premium. But first, Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. Wow. Your thoughts on it?
I always said you got to respect Jake for taking that fight. The outcome was the outcome everyone expected. It just took a lot longer than people thought, and credit to him for having a game plan, which by any means necessary was to survive for as long as he did. So he did well. He did well. Joshua was going, I think he was stiff and going for that knockout, trying to find an opportunity to get the knockout. Jake played it perfectly. He was running pretty much all night long, which was why he was so tired as well. And then I think he got coached by Merab because he was going for a double leg or a single leg a few times. No, he was he clinched Joshua whenever he'd get in range, and then he'd fall down, but it wasn't a knockdown, but it wasn't a slip either. He'd kind of just, so it was odd. But whatever he did, it didn't look pretty, but it was a good tactic to stay in the game. So, at the end of the day, forget the actual fight. What you'll remember is Jake Paul got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, and you'll remember that Jake Paul got knocked out by Anthony Joshua in round 6, not round 1 and 2. So, fair play.
Do you respect Jake Paul more now after seeing him fight Anthony Joshua like that?
I think everyone's got to respect him the moment, and I've said mostly really positive things that he's taken that fight. He took that fight in the first place, and there were moments where he was swinging as well, and it wasn't just when he was extremely tired. He was going for it. He's like, I'm going to throw some punches, and he had no choice. It was either just get knocked out because he leaves himself open from exhaustion, his hands were down, or it was let me at least throw, which is the warrior's mentality, and he at least threw.
If it was KSI on there that night or today, how do you reckon it would have gone?
If you were a girl called Polly, would you be dating a guy called Jim? I don't know. These things, it's just never going to happen. Anthony Joshua and KSI are good friends, and I think KSI has other ways of, I know he has other ways of, financing his lifestyle and making his money, and he's done very well. I think his focus is on different things. KSI kind of always has had an idea of who's in the range of victory for him. And I, to this day, think that if things went differently for KSI and he was still interested in boxing, I think he would beat all of the opponents that would be suitable for him to fight. I don't think KSI would take a fight. I would never advise him to take a fight against like Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua or someone like that.
Would you consider this a win for Jake Paul in terms of going the full 6 rounds of AJ in an 8-round fight?
Yeah, hopefully he's not hurt. Like, I'm sure, it looked like he got his jaw broken in that last shot. I'm not sure. Hopefully he's not concussed or anything else. And, if he's healthy, then yeah, it's a win. He's taken a big check, he's taken a big check from it. They put on an event, people watched, and it's a win. Hopefully he'll be okay and no serious long-term effects from that fight, and then it's a win for sure.
You've got your own version, I guess, MVP versus Misfits today in the event on Rumble Premium. Tate versus Chase Undercard is Norwich Guyat versus Andy Taylor. Guyat being from MVP, Taylor being from Misfits. How's this going to go?
It's going to be a good fight. It'll be a tough fight. Obviously, Niraj is much more experienced in boxing. Anthony Taylor had a tough weight cut, and Niraj is lower than what his weight could have been. So there's an advantage for Anthony. There's an advantage for Niraj, or disadvantage for Anthony as well. So it's kind of all fair play at this point. Whatever happens, happens.
All to play for. It is fight day. Are you a little bit nervous? The first event on Rumble, the biggest event, or could be the biggest event of Misfits of all time. I guess maybe second behind the Prime card, but definitely the biggest event of the year. Well, have you been nervous now as a promoter, or how are you feeling?
No, I feel great. I think we've had unparalleled impressions and social media views and impressions, and I think it's gone extremely well. And Tate's a powerhouse. and people watch because they hate, and they watch because they love, and there's no in between. He's very Marmite to a lot of people. Either you love it or you hate it, you know.
Apart from the main event, any other fights in the undercard which most excite you?
All of them, otherwise I wouldn't have made them.
My personal favourite is Dean and Vargas, and that's a firefight right there.
I mean, Dean went to the school of Dylan Dennis when it comes to insults. He went there with his family. Vargas, is that going to affect him mentally? Is that going to make him be more spiteful in that ring, or is he going to stay calm and collected? We'll see. You know, Dean's got a very, very strong right hand for his weight. There's not many people in that weight class who have that kind of strength when they shoot that hand, and you know, he does this dip hook, and if he can catch Vargas with that, then it's going to be a long night. Certainly. Yeah, but also Ilka Kui versus Warren Spencer, I predict that, or Ben Williams versus Nick Alameo could be fight of the night. And the girls, I'm very excited about. I've paired up these girls that come forward to fight. They're all very game, and that's the cool thing about these girls that have the bare knuckle pedigree, is that they're not afraid to get hit, and they come to hit.
I know, it's stacked hard indeed. Anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
I'm also very excited about Amir Anderson against Joe Laws. That's going to be the first time that Amir Anderson's been tested on this level. You know, Joe Laws is coming to bring the fight. They've got some bad blood throughout this fight camp, throughout this fight week, and it's going to be if Amir wins this, it's a credible win for someone who's going to be, you know, he is not even close to double digits in his fights yet. Joe Laws, experienced, explosive. He's there for it. He's so hungry. He's like, I'm sorry to derail one of your prospects, Mams, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to take Amir Anderson's soul, and I'm going to beat him. And he means it, you know. And I said, look, if you win, you deserve it, because it's not going to be an easy task. Amir Anderson is a beast. Obviously, we have a very, very strong prospect in Dynamite David Lopez as well. And that's going to be a really nice showcase, I think, to see what he's made of. I think that his debut on Misfits is going to be something that we're going to look back on in the rear view once he's a world champion, and say, hey, remember, this is where we started together. So I'm excited for that. I believe the same of Amir Anderson, world champion pedigree. But ultimately, Andrew Tate, the Cobra, versus the GOAT, Chase DeMoor. That's what it's all about. I mean, it's going to be, who knows what's going to happen in there. It's going to be an absolute spectacle. It's going to be an absolute spectacle. Chase, active, stronger, younger. Tate, he's had plenty of combat sports experience, but boxing ring is different. How's he going to adapt? A lot of people are rooting for Chase to win by proxy of dislike for Andrew. And a lot of Tate fans, you know, may be underestimating Chase. But if Andrew comes in and knocks him out in in the early rounds, then, you know, the top G status is reinforced to a massive degree. So
certainly looking forward to it indeed. KSI didn't make an appearance this fight week. Will he be watching at home?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be watching at home. Yeah, only on Rumble Premium. 50% off if you type in FIGHT, code FIGHT. And let me tell you, for those of you who are gambling responsibly and old enough to gamble, I don't condone any irresponsible gambling. Make sure you go to duel.com for some really good fun. A great site, a casino that cares about their users and doesn't fuck them over.
That sounds pretty good. Can't wait for tonight. Rumble Premium. Here we go.
Let's go.